This is Angry Old White People, and I'm Dr. Joe. This is instigated by Professor Derry Sargo and his poli-sci class, USC campus, Dornsife, April the 11th, 2013. Hello, I am Dr. Joe. Thank you for watching. Mr. and Mrs. America, all ships at sea, all planes in the air, all vehicles on the ground, greetings. Today we're going to talk about our media in the United States. As you know, there are major networks, ABC, CBS, and NBC. We have major newspapers, New York Times, Washington Post, Washington Times, LA Times, Miami Herald, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. You already know that, but I need to talk about that today, and I think you need to know a little bit more about it too. Let's talk about that. All of these media folk, which they call the Fourth Estate, is owned by stockholders. They're corporations. That's right. All of them have stockholders. Now, when you buy the stock and you own the stock, you can vote for a board of directors. The board of directors then elected will go and appoint a president. The president of the corporation will institute the plan and run it for the board. Now, why is that important? The reason that is important is because our news may not come out as it should. In other words, it's filtered and we're being told less than the truth, which means it's pretty much a lie. So, with all of our network media and our newspaper media, let's talk about that for a minute, and let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. A couple of days ago, there was testimony at the House, Darrell Issa's committee, and there were 3 witnesses about the Benghazi attack in Benghazi, Libya, where our ambassador and 3 others were murdered by terrorists. Our president came out with a statement, and Secretary of State, along with Ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, and they all said it was a video that caused the people of Libya to go in and kill our ambassador and the 3 others. Nobody could help. Well, after that, we have now heard testimony at the House witnesses by a Gregory Hicks and a Mr. Nordstrom, and they both testified that they told the president, the CIA, everyone in power in our government that it was a terrorist attack after that attack occurred the next day, September the 12th of 2012. That's right, they all knew, but of course we had our president and their spokespeople and others in the State Department come out and tell us, basically, that it was a videotape. We heard that smashing report from the House committee that that was not true, that everyone knew it beforehand. And that evening after the testimony on ABC News, Diane Sawyer came on, and she said, oh, there was testimony before the House committee and Darrell Issa and his committee, and there were tearful responses by Mr. Hicks and by Mr. Nordstrom, and about what a devastating phone call he received that night. Of course he did. That was part of the truth of the testimony. What Diane then showed was a picture of the Secretary of State and said the Secretary of State was doing this and that. And then Diane said, good night for ABC News. Well, you see, you got the news if you watched ABC. You probably didn't even see it on CBS or NBC. Maybe you did and got the same part truth. Now we know that our president lied and our Secretary of State lied because they claimed they didn't know anything that night or the next night. Can you imagine part truth? You know when you say, I want to hear the whole truth, but you don't hear it? Let's talk about, imagine hearing part truth. Let's say that because part truth is an absolute lie. Watch this. Here's another example. I prepared your food and I cooked it just right and I serve it to you. That was truthful. The rest of the truth was I knew it was rotten before I prepared it. That's the kind of news you're getting from the main networks. Let me try another one. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reporting as the major media networks that we don't have enough oil in America, crude oil, so our gasoline needs are going to be bought throughout the world by private corporations. Well, that's right. We don't have enough oil to meet our needs. Now, that's part of the truth. Let's hear the whole truth. Now, listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have enough crude oil to meet our needs. Our Interior Department and our environmental protection agencies have decided not to allow American companies to drill under our soil. We have lots of oil down there. We probably have 300 to 500 years, maybe 1,000 years worth of crude oil, and your prices on gasoline would drop dramatically. That would be the whole truth. That's right. We have plenty of oil right here in the United States, a gushing plenty, and our government refuses to allow permits to drill for it. I don't want to hear about protecting the environment and all that. Those are just lies. Forget it. The whole point is, the whole truth is, we have plenty of crude here. The real truth, the absolute truth is, we're, as a government, not going to allow you to drill for it. That's how our media fails to report to us. We don't get the whole truth. And why? I don't know. Do you? Well, it's amazing because our media lied to us, and you are a fool, and I am a fool. We're not getting it all. I know we're busy taking care of the family, have to eat, have to pay our bills, but this is our country. So in conclusion, our media, and I don't mean Fox News because that's not part of it apparently, from what I've seen, but our media has filtered our information through the stockholders who elected the board of directors who appointed the president to insert their plan. And what is their final plan and purpose? To remove your freedoms. That's right, my freedoms. That's what I'm telling you. It's to remove them. And the way you do it is have government control everything. And if you don't think so, go watch my prior tape, how the president controls us. I laid it out very simply. So as you see, that's what's going on our media. You're a fool for listening to ABC, CBS, NBC News, and for buying a newspaper. Remember, we're all one. White, black, red, brown, and yellow. We are Americans. We're not a single group, and no group controls America as a race. Number two, recognize and beware of the dark and horrific, wild and terrible side of government you live under and I live under. They're taking away our freedom, and once they're gone, you will not have them back. Even though you may think the white people have taken away the rights, you are wrong, and it's another filtered lie. It's part truth. Remember, it's your life. What have you done to protect it? Protect the children. You're the only safety that they have. Now, I want you to please go to timeforfreedom.net. Please buy my book. It's an ebook or it's a printed book. They hate us and he hates us. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or go to the website and read it to your children and grandchildren. And please send us a donation to continue this education. Please donate to us at the Federal Children Congress, a tax-exempt organization at soundthealarm1.com. Help get the word out to your children and your grandchildren. Email me at drjoe@timeforfreedom.net. That's drjoe at timeforfreedom.net with your comments. Thanks for watching, and tell others to view this video, please. And put it on your Facebook, tweet it out, email it to all your friends, your family, your church member, your civic groups, your gang, whomever it is. Till later, this is, and I am, Dr. Joe. Thank you for watching.